Ilkay Gundogan returns to Manchester City on a free. Fabrizio Romano gave the here we go. And it's a weird one as well too, man. I have to be honest. I can't think of an instance where a team has let go of a player for free and then a year later got him back for free. That's a weird one. I can't think of a single instance where that's happened. But lo and behold, Manchester City have gotten their former captain back. And I think, if you're talking about a Manchester City point of view, incredible. Ilkay Gundogan is 33 turning 34 years old. So he's not a player necessarily fresh in the middle of his career. He's not at his peak anymore. And to be honest, if this was any other player, I don't think Manchester City would ever go in for this kind of player. That's not the way they do business. They don't go around signing 34-year-olds. In fact, that's probably Man United of old. That's the way they do their business. But this is a different instance altogether. First of all, Ilkay Gundogan, what he means to Manchester City, the captain of the most famous night in Manchester City history, obviously the treble, what he means to that club, what it'll mean to the fans seeing him kind of come out of the Etihad tunnel one last time. You can't replace that. Second of all, Ilkay Gundogan is still an incredible footballer. Such an intelligent footballer, such a technically gifted footballer, such a versatile footballer, and such a footballer that still has so much to offer Manchester City at this current point. Last season, when you look at the mess that was FC Barcelona on the football pitch, he was one of their more consistent, reliable players, both from an output point of view. Gundogan, for large points of the season, I don't know if he ended up this way, but I remember towards the end of the season, chat, when it came to most chances created from open play, I think it was from open play, Ilkay Gundogan had the most chances created in Europe. This is still a player with so much left to give the game. You looked at the Euros, he was playing at a very, very good level. In my opinion, all the talk was about Toni Kroos. I actually think Gundogan, over the whole tournament, performed better than Toni Kroos did. I don't think this is a player that can no longer service Manchester City. And when you talk about a player that knows the City system, which is always kind of the question mark about City's signings, like how long will it take them to adapt? He doesn't need to adapt. He knows the system like the back of his hand. He was Pep Guardiola's first ever signing. And lo and behold, he might end up being his last ever one. So I think it's an incredible signing, man, honestly. And it's one that's come out completely out of nowhere. But it just this is what the best teams do, right? The best get even better. But from a Barcelona point of view, right? I'm looking up like athletic articles. I'm trying to find YouTube videos. I'm trying to find sources. What the hell has kind of happened here for Barcelona to sign a player like this, play him enough games last season to even activate another year in his contract, right? So Gundogan has 2 years left on his deal because he played a certain amount of games last year. And now they're letting him go for free. And in fact, he's even doing him a favor. He's choosing to basically forfeit his remaining wages and Barcelona don't owe him anything. Man City don't owe him anything. He's just going to leave for free. That's almost like a pity move. Like, don't even worry about it, guys. Don't sweat it. Like, I know you guys can't afford me anyways. Just, we'll pretend like this never happened. That's crazy to me. A player like Gundogan, this isn't like Martin Braithwaite, chat. This isn't like Luke de Jong. This is Ilkay Gundogan. He was like one of their marquee signings last year, and now he's leaving for free after a year. It's kind of sad, man, what's happening to Barca. I mean, I think the natural excuse that people will say is they need to sign Dani Olmo, and they still haven't registered him yet, and there's still a lot of players in their squad that they haven't registered before the beginning of the season, and to do so, they're getting rid of Gundogan, who wasn't really opposed to leaving to begin with, and this is how they're going to do it. But like, okay, you're losing Gundogan, you're signing Dani Olmo, and I get it, Dani Olmo is younger, hopefully he's an upgrade, which I'm not 100% sure he will be. But for me, I'm just thinking, like, if you were run correctly and run properly, you wouldn't have to get rid of one to get the other. You could have both of them. Am I crazy for thinking that? I think we have a Barcelona fan in the chat here. He says, letting him go so he can register Olmo. They were going to sell a player with massive wages, but De Jong don't want to leave, and Araujo is injured for half the season, so nobody wants to buy him. Laporta, man. Bro, I'm not even going to ridicule Barca here. I feel like we've done that enough in the last few years, but for me, this is just kind of sad, man, honestly. Like, I really feel sad for Barcelona fans. I really feel sad for them. And big up them because they don't put a blindfold over their eyes and try and excuse everything that their ownership does, like a different fan base. And in Ilkay Gundogan, man, let's talk about, again, go back to Manchester City. Where does he fit into the equation, right? I was talking to Cam about it earlier, and he was basically saying, oh, wow, this is an incredible move. Gundogan is already one of the best midfielders in the world. He just goes right back into this team. I don't think it's as simple as that, right? And this is where the man management aspect of football kind of comes into play. Pep, undoubtedly this season, in my opinion, would have told Mateo Kovacic, you have a massive part to play for me this season. First of all, I think they're looking to kind of lessen Rodri's workload this year. Last year, bro, he was basically running on fumes towards the end of the year. I think they're really this year going to take care of Rodri's minutes. And Mateo Kovacic is undoubtedly the deputy, the second in command. We've seen it at the start of the season. And he played amazing against Chelsea during the weekend. I think he would have told Kovacic, this year, you have a massive part to play for my team. And he promised him big minutes this year. So in comes Ilkay Gundogan. And I think the natural reaction would be like, uh-oh, Kovacic might be in trouble. But I don't think Pep, for how long he's been in this game, will have told Mateo Kovacic, oh, Gundogan's back. Sorry, bro. You're back to being like the fourth choice midfielder. Gundogan's back. I don't think he does that. I think he still tells Kovacic, because he's such a great manager and he's so experienced, nope, you still have a massive part to play in my team, bro. I still trust you. I bought you and I trust you. Because that's what a good manager does. And Gundogan, he'll get his minutes this year. All I'm trying to say here is I don't think Gundogan is going to be as integral to Manchester City as he was 2 years ago. He's not going to be the captain's arm. He's not going to wear the armband anymore, I don't think. And I don't think he's going to be one of the first names on the team sheet. But yes, he will play 20 to 30 games in all competitions. Yes, he will be able to provide depth at DM, central midfield, and attacking midfield. Yes, he will be able to lessen the workload of Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne. And yes, he will be a key contributor to whatever inevitable success Manchester City have this year. People are saying, who will be the sacrifice then? I don't think anybody will. I don't think so. I think if anyone sacrifices, it's Gundogan. He won't play as much as he used to. But that's what it's like balancing a squad, bro. Not everybody is going to play every single game. That's how you win. But yeah, I think this is an amazing signing for City. I'm sure they're going to sign him for a year. Because I think initially what's so funny, right, is the reason Gundogan left Manchester City in the first place, A, was to get a new experience, but also is because Man City didn't offer him the contract that he was looking for. I think they either offered him 1 or maybe 2, and I think it was even 1, and I think he was looking for a 2-year deal. And at his age, I don't think City were trying to offer him that. And it's almost like, in a way, he is kind of running back with his tail between his legs, because it's like, okay, you want to come back? You're going to take the contract that we initially offered that you thought you were too good for. That's how you're going to come back. So City have kind of played a blinder here. But look, I think it's a good move for Gundogan as well too, man. Like I said, this guy's still a guy with so much to offer. He should be competing for the major honors all around Europe. I think City will inevitably be the favorite for the Premier League, and if not the favorite, one of the favorites in the Champions League. And I expect Gundogan to have a big part to play in that, man. I honestly do. But Barca, man, I think Barca is the bigger story here, honestly. Are they even going to be able to sign another player this window? Like, I know they went for Nico Williams the entire window. How the hell were they going to pull that one off, by the way? How the hell were they ever planning on registering Nico Williams, even if they did sign him? Who are you going to let go of? Send Ferran Torres back to Manchester City? Have they even finished paying off Manchester City for Ferran Torres? They trying to get Leao. With what money, bro? How the hell are Barcelona going to sign Leao? Barca, let me tell you this right now, are lucky. They're lucky that they have the greatest academy of all time. La Masia, the way they just be spitting out generational talent, it's the ultimate get out of jail free card. Because I'm sure in 6 to 12 months, they're going to go sign out another midfielder. They're going to go spit out another midfielder that in 12 months is going to be ready for the first team. They're lucky, man. Honestly, bro. And they're another example, bro, they're their own example, to be honest with you. The amount of money that they spend on their players, bro. You guys know Frankie de Jong's on like $450K a week. It's insane. No wonder he didn't want to come to United. He's making the most money in La Liga. What? It's insane, bro. I thought Barca could have really done something this year, man. I'm not trying to say that losing Gundogan is like, they're saying 700K. I thought it was 450. Yeah, I'm not trying to say Gundogan is like the reason why Barcelona now won't have any success this year. Like, he's a big part of that team, but like, I don't know. Like, if they lost Yamal, fucking hell, bro. They're in trouble. But I actually thought they could have done something this year, because I think Real Madrid is going to take a while for them to start getting clicking. And like a good La Liga season, like with a good Atletico Madrid team and a good Barcelona team, with a Real Madrid team that in the early weeks of the season are going to be trying to figure it out, those two could really push them. But the more I see from Barca, man, and the more I see the way they run, I don't think they got it, man. I don't think I got it. And in fact, I might even go as far as saying it might even be Atletico Madrid who pushes Real Madrid the furthest this year, bro. It might be Atletico Madrid that pushes Real Madrid the furthest. Big up to Atletico. Honestly, I hope they do it. I hope they push Real Madrid far. I have a soft spot for Atletico Madrid. But bro, Barcelona, how the mighty have fallen, man.